Welcome back to another episode. Uh, I'm trying to make a game in Unity, and in the last episode, we got things going pretty well. The game was making a map, um, where it creates these map sections. It adds some trees and bushes, and you can kind of tweak the chance of or the ratio of how many bushes, how many trees. Um, and so that was all kind of good, but in the last episode when I ended, we noticed that the FPS, the FPS was going pretty slow due to the number of objects that were in the scene. And I noticed this mistake too. Uh, we're actually not doing the randomization of the X coordinates for placing those objects. But I did find out too that the number of objects isn't the problem necessarily. It is, but it isn't. So right now I have like, I don't know how many map sections. One, two, three, four, five map sections. The total number of objects is 200. And you can see the stats are the FPS is 100 and something. Um, Now before, without all those objects, when it was only like 20, the FPS was like 300. But what I did was I kind of just played a little bit, tested it out, and I was able to get up to 70 villagers. The bad news is that the FPS went to, even before 70, maybe 40 villagers. I mean, actually, just 20 villagers, the FPS was about 15 frames per second. And then when I got up to 70, it was about 4. So yeah, that's a problem. That's an issue. It was just going really slow. Even when I was changing to like super fast mode was still super slow mode for the villagers moving. So that was the bad thing. The good thing is, even with 70 villagers, I did not have a single error. So that was good. And they were doing what they were supposed to do. They were gathering resources, building things, eating, having babies. So all that was working. A few bugs. We still have like villagers taking berries to blueprints. And that's because I just didn't program that into it right now. Um, So today we're going to try to optimize the AI a little bit so it's not making it go so slow. One thing I want to add was a new goal um, and actually tweak the goals a little bit. I'm going to go to AI goal and we're going to add some things here. We're going to do a public float. Um, how do we want to call it? Basically, let's say the AI has a goal for, I don't know, sleeping or gathering objects. Okay. And it can't do that goal. So we want to kind of have it where if it's tried to make a plan for a goal, but it wasn't successful, then it would kind of like not try to do another plan for that goal for a while. Like take a little break from doing that goal. Um, so what we want to do, we want to call it, um, I don't know what do you want to call that variable? Um, let's just call it check timer. And and then we'll have public float. Actually, it doesn't. This one doesn't need to be. I don't know. Well, public float check timer max. Actually, let's have the max. Let's say 10. All right, start, and then on start check timer is equal to check timer max. Actually, let's just do 100 for now. So what we want to do is have a public void decrease check timer. Check timer is equal to, or it's -1. And then if check timer is less than or equal to 0, check timer is equal to check. No, we don't need to do that. We're going to put that in the AI. I mean, we could do like this. If check timer is greater than or equal to 0, then we'll subtract. And that's all this will do. So then in the agent AI, let's kind of close some of these. Get goal. If it's cheapest. First, we're just going to say if AI goal dot check timer is greater than or equal to, or is less than or equal to 0, then it will run it. Okay. Else, so I might just put in a little comments here. Check if the goal hasn't been used, and then here, if the goal has been used, count down. So we'll say AI goal AI goals dot decrease check timer. All right. Now let's save that for a sec. Let's go to our plan. So let's say right here it couldn't create. See, my plan is nothing. Let's do current goal dot timer is equal to, or we could just do dot set timer. Let's go to the goal, public void set timer. Check timer is equal to max timer. Okay. So let's see what that looks like. See if it even works. Let me go to my test agent. Actually, I really need to go to the prefab. Well, let's just do it here real quick. All right, so we got that already set up as the default. Actually, in my AI agent, we don't want to set it, do we? Not the agent, the goal. Right here. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so let's run it and see if that works a little bit. How will I know if it's even working? We'll see. Let's pause it. It's hard to tell if it works at all. I have to wait for a lot of villagers. Let me pause it for a sec and see what this new agent's doing. I might fix this. I'm gonna put all these trees and stuff with their map section. I got rid of all those debugs too, so that here, let me put this on pause this way. Okay. You see how his current goal is nothing? Um, let's see. Let's do this. Just there you go. He goes there. Like I said, it'll be hard to know for sure until I get more AI agents. I might could cheat a little bit, couldn't I, and just spawn a bunch of them. Yeah. Well, you can see already, even with a few. It did hit a spike there. But we'll just keep building some and see. I also need to do like maybe anytime it fails a goal, that it sets that goal up. So I'm just playing my game a little bit. building houses so that we can have more babies. It's not a bug, but something need to fix is uh, agents that are having babies. That's all they do now, pretty much. You know. So you look at it went down to like 40 FPS, but then we're back to 100. Let me see how many villagers we have. All right. Yeah, agents, we got 19. And look, our FPS is going down to like 22. So that's not good. So okay, so that didn't really fix much. Or maybe it's not even working. Let's check it. Um let's see. We're just going to debug this. AI agent. Do goals not have a reference to the agent? Yeah, we do. Plus um, decreasing goal, and then plus goal name. Well, that's if, yeah, so it's going to do it like every time it does this. It could be 100's not enough. How can I just kind of test this out without spamming the debug? I could do in the AI agent dot AI debug plus equals 2 and see it that way. Of course, then it's going to. Okay, let's see. Click on my test agent. Okay, he's idle. Alright, this doesn't seem to be working correctly. Or maybe. So I thought a problem was that. I thought a problem was that they weren't. Like they were constantly trying to make a plan and they couldn't make a plan. But you can see like his current goal is nothing. So which means this really isn't doing much there. So that's not the issue as I thought it was. I thought that they were doing their plans over and over again. Um, so it might be only related to I'm still going to keep that decrease thing. Oh, this one's decreased. See? This one did. Hmm. That's weird. And this one did as well. But I just don't know. It's weird. Oh, it's probably well. Let me go to the prefab for the agent. Okay, the goals are 100. All right, well, it is going to that somewhat. Maybe 100's not enough. I just don't know. I mean, it still should be pretty good because this checks every game speed frame. If it's greater than that, keeps minusing. Let me just make sure. Let me go to my AI agent. Where it's getting the goal. Here, if it's less than or equal to 0, then it will check it. Else does this. We could also do this. Else, if it's not valid, we're going to set the timer as well for it. Whoops. AI goals dot set timer. So if it's not valid, we would do it for it there too. And we could also do, if a plan fails, then that goal would reset. Where are we failing? On fail, we say current goal dot set timer. We could do there too. Okay, I think you see how it hesitated to do something. You see they're not going right away, so I know the timer's working. Matter of fact, let me pause it. And let me go to my test agent. Whoops. Yeah, whoops. Okay, yeah, you can see they are decreasing all the goals, every single one. Sleep goal, build goal, eat goal, make baby goal, gather resource goal. They are decreasing all of them because they become invalid. They're not valid goals, so decrease them. Don't check them again. Now I don't think that, maybe we don't want to do it with the valid. Because you'll see if I click here, they don't necessarily go right away anymore. Build a house. Build a couple of them. there there seems to be more hesitation with the AI now. You see how he kind of hesitated to go. He's not doing anything, but now he's going, and that's because those timer things. Like you see, he didn't go right away to go do something. So the timers are definitely working because we get hesitation, which maybe we want. We'll just see if this kind of optimizes it a little bit. And maybe 100's too much. Because what I want to do is have a goal call idle. So if it ever gets to a state where it gets to an idle state, then we'll do oops, I need another storehouse. I mean, you can see it's at least working. Like, well, I'm not getting errors like before. I'm just checking out, trying to optimize the system now. So that's good. We're at a good kind of point of optimizing it. Need to change some things. Let's get some more things to gather. Gather some more things here. Those villagers will just keep having babies. Let's see how many villagers we have right now. We have 13. We're still at pretty good FPS with 13. Now that's not our end goal. Our end goal is to have 1,000, right? I don't know if that. I don't know. Well, see, look, we've hit a spike here. Look at that. We're at 30, 39 FPS, 40 FPS. So yeah, and how many villagers do we have? We have 20. Okay, so that doesn't really seem to do a whole lot as far as the FPS goes. I thought maybe it would, but um, it doesn't. Because if I go to this test agent, why can't I? What did I pause it? Oh, there it goes. It's going so slow. Look at that. 2, 0. Okay, let's end it. Let's just end it. We're at pretty low frame rate. Okay, so let's try to do some fixes here. Let's go to our map section. Oops, that's just a prefab. Let's go here. Under our map. Okay, so what do we want to do? First, when we create something, does it return this object? Yeah, it does. So now that I have it, let's say temp.transform.parent is equal to this dot transform. Okay, so now we'll set it to the parent. Let's just test it, make sure. Actually, let's do this. We're going to say a public list all game objects, all game objects. Or we can say all map objects. Okay, and this will be a new list. And down here, we're going to add the temp. So let's add that. And then in our interactable on destroy, uh, okay, do I have a list of all these map sections? Probably not. Let me go to my map manager. And we probably need a list of all of those map sections. Public list game objects map sections. All map sections. We're going to need that. We're going to kind of do like a chunking here. That's our goal. Do like map chunks. We already have the map section, so we'll use that. New list. Okay, we'll do that. And then back in our map manager. Oh no, we are in the map manager. In our create map, when we create this map section, map manager dot instance dot all map sections, let's add it, dot add temp. Okay, and then all right, so that puts them all all right here. This is the map section. It creates it. Yeah, we're adding it all. And then in our map manager, we're adding. Actually, in our map creator, we're doing the adding that to the map sections. So let's just make sure that that part's working. Okay, let me pause. It doesn't really matter. Okay, we have all 35. Am I putting 35 in each section? Does that look like 35? Let me go to my map manager. All game objects. Where's that? Right here. 204. Okay. Seems right, I guess. All objects is 45. Let's go to our map section and change this to from 5 to 20. Okay. Just want to make sure this, it should be working. Here, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, good. So we got that. And then in our map manager, we have a list of all of our maps. Okay. I might put a cut in the video. Next episode, we'll continue to work on optimizing the system. Right now, we're just setting up our chunks, and then we'll think about how we have to redo the AI to kind of loop through all of the sections, find a section that's close or know what section it's in, and only use that to kind of determine, or use that and maybe one next to it. Uh, we'll just see about trying to optimize this. All right, thanks for watching again. Bye.